Hello YouTube, Time Itself here with a game of Domination on Quarry for you. If you play a lot of Call of Duty, especially Modern Warfare 2, this video might be somewhat disorienting. Have fun! So let me tell you a little something about myself. When I fire a gun, especially shotguns, I normally shoot left-handed, so we're going to try something new for this game. You see, Black Ops is going to have all this kinds of player customization available, but as far as I'm concerned, they're not going to have one that I would really like, and that is being able to switch the handedness of my character. We talk about making distinctive kill cams, being able to see the weapon the guy killed you with. Well, I think it'd be really distinctive if you got to kill someone and the weapon was in the other hand. They'd probably remember it, or maybe it just becomes so common no one would even notice. Anyway, just a thought. And I suppose there's some advantage to coming around a corner with the weapon in the other hand so you can see the guy easier, but it's not really a problem in Modern Warfare, even with the gun right there on your screen. Maybe the WA-2000 kinda gets in the way, but even then it's not that bad. Speaking of seeing your character on the screen, when are we going to have a Call of Duty game where you can see your own feet? I don't mind being a levitating amputee, but with this generation of consoles, I would kind of expect to be able to see my feet in most games. I still don't understand why I can't. If you were wondering, yes, I am going to use the Marathon Lightweight Silenced Submachine Gun for the rest of the game. The first time I watched this game after flipping the video, I heard this guy going up the ladder, just as I did in the game, except I hadn't changed the audio channels left-right, and it was so confusing. I guess I didn't expect to be listening for all that stuff when I was just sitting around watching the game footage and not actually playing it, but I guess I was wrong there. Sound is just that useful in this game. The first kill I got with the C4, that kill right there with the spaz, I knew those people were there because I could hear them. So I tagged this guy. He runs around the corner, and, you know, for better or worse, I decide to follow him, but he's just running away, and I get to shoot him in the back. He wasn't going to turn that corner before I got around the fence, so a better player would have gone around the fence, dropped, probably prone, and waited for me to come around and try and get him. At which point, I'm sprinting, and he's already got his gun sighted in, and he can probably take me out like that. I really don't know what happens here. I get 2 hit markers at close range with the spaz, and he just sprays me down. You win some, you lose some. Now, you're probably not going to be able to hear the next one, especially over the explosions and noob tubes, but there's a random footfall out of place here. I'm going to be quiet and turn up the volume. Yeah. Just like that. Makes me kind of sad that there's not going to be a SITREP Pro equivalent in Black Ops. I also wonder if they're going to bring back lobby leaderboards from World at War. They were pretty cool, but it could make it really hard to get a game. Sitting there, waiting for one more person to join for the game to start, and someone on the other team decides to take a look at the lobby leaderboard, and you hear this, "Oh, shoot, back out." And they may not say it directly, but you know why they're backing out. I mean, in World at War, team deathmatch streak of 50, and people would refuse to play you even playing by yourself. Now, what happens when you've got 4 or 5 people in the room who are on the same team who all have those similar streaks? That's when it gets scary. Well, if we do have lobby leaderboards, maybe I'll start recording some chat during the lobbies. It could be kind of humorous. The absolute disbelief that some teenagers have when they see those win streaks is quite amusing. When I pull out my laptop, there's a red box right next to my green spot on the map where I am, and I think, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. But no, the guy's just really dense, and he runs away. Oh, okay. But that's worked out really well for me, because I'm behind the line where they kind of expect us to be, and I've got a silenced weapon. And then I go out and ruin it and show my face, and I should have concentrated more on shooting those guys in the back as they worked their way forward, and I would have picked up 2, probably 3 or 4 kills pretty easily. I'm going to blame that on lack of practice being a covert jammer like I do in COD 4 with the cold-blooded class. It just does not work the same way in Modern Warfare 2, and I'm not used to trying to get behind a team and really stay behind them. generally much more concerned with controlling the spawns and where they're spawning and where my team is spawning. That's how you pick up wins reliably in a game of domination. But when it comes to doing commentary, simply watching the gameplay as it's been played, from a practical standpoint, it certainly works pretty well. But from an artistic one, it's not quite as interesting as it could be. Really, how often do you have a movie that's just in chronological order, especially in just one scene? It doesn't really make sense. In fact, it's more interesting if things are cut up and spliced in a little differently so you get the information in a different order. For example, I just killed a guy with a stun grenade. Why did I do that? Well, I didn't want him to kill himself with the claymore, you see. But it's really my fault for not taking the headshot with the spaz when he had his back to me. I feel silly about that now. And I knew he had last stand, and I knew he was coming back. Well, because I'd already killed him from last stand once before when he was sitting on a railing. It was kind of funny. So really, it is useful to take advantage of people who are being predictable. You see, by giving information in a different order, in that case simply in reverse, it makes the story kind of unique and entertaining. So for someone like me who can take what would otherwise be an interesting story and make it bland, it's kind of useful to do things like that. Or maybe there was this live grenade on the ground and I really just wanted to go play a video game. Hey, that works out pretty well too. Okay, strange video editing aside, one of the things that I think I'd like to try in Black Ops is commentating a game that I played from first person in third person. I'm not really sure how the minimap would work out, but I think that especially in close quarters, how you work with your teammates next to them is actually pretty important. I mean, you've got your common courtesies like don't stand in the door and don't line up to give the other team double or triple kills, collaterals and whatnot. But there are some more subtle things too, like not looking in exactly the same direction. Because in a game like Call of Duty, it's so easy to kill someone. You don't need multiple people looking at the same doorway to shoot the same guy. I mean, it's funny when it happens, sure, and I like to laugh too, but it's not necessary. So if you've got another direction you could be looking that's different from your teammate, it's important to go ahead and do that. But probably my favorite is an ambush where you run out there and get them to follow you back around the corner behind cover and your teammate's already waiting for them and shotguns the guy in the face or something. That's always good, and especially funny when it happens without any communication. You'll notice we actually got dominated here for a minute. Not so good. I was trying to cut them off as they ran out of C, but apparently I wound up moving the spawn instead. Or they moved it themselves, and they got over to A and completely lost containment, and so we're going to have to reestablish it here. And getting dominated is bad, so taking any points really helps out. And at this point we're going to take C, lose it, and then we'll have A and B back as they fall back to deal with C. Again, dominating is a very dangerous thing to do in a game of domination. You got to be really careful when you do it. But it's not really a problem for us. We'll get things back under control, and in a minute here I'll get killed by some guy, and I'll confirm to my team that we've got them spawning back at C again, and that we can go ahead and start having some fun and picking them off and trying to rack up a lot of kills. I don't think I noticed it while playing this game, but watching it again, they are firing noob tubes everywhere and not getting very many kills with them. I'm sure my teammates are somewhat frustrated. I've been killed by them a couple times, but I'm not getting it too bad at this point. Given all of the walls and kind of narrow winding corridors, I would have expected Quarry to be a little bit better for the explosive users, noob tubes, RPGs, AT4s, because with most of those you don't aim to hit the person actually, you should aim for the ground next to them or a wall next to them. I mean, most of these guys clearly are not having very good games. I mean, how many martyrdom grenades have I seen this game already? I keep meaning to go for some more hot potato kills, but I'm too scared of the damn things. Oh well, at least that's one thing that won't be making a return in Black Ops. Martyrdom. Of course, they're still going to have last stand with the revive, though it's only 10 seconds now, so maybe a little more manageable. Probably going to lead to more double kills, actually. That should be fun. Does anyone else really enjoy killing cold-blooded people with their predators? I take great pleasure in it, and I find it wonderfully spiteful to do so. Oh look, he thinks he's being sneaky. Oh no, no he's not. I'll go ahead and surprise this guy by coming back around the corner, and that will just about wrap up the game. If you play a fair amount of Call of Duty, this was probably rather disorienting to you, so props if you actually managed to watch the entire thing. It does do a little number on me too. If you didn't watch it and just listen to the commentary, man up and go watch it, Pansy. I hope you enjoyed it, and once again, thanks for watching.
Securing Bravo. B secure. Coming.
I put 2 headshots in you.
Enemy SC. Alpha secure. Securing B. Standing by. Missile inbound. Closing Alpha.
He's tagged in today. He's tagged in
UAV online.
Please jam enemy UAV.
Zach, what the fuck?
Counter UAV up. They're blind. UAV friendly Cobra inbound. Losing Bravo.
Damn it. That